Building robots using tiny bricks is a workforce readiness tool used by social enterprise Inclus. It trains and facilitates job placement for people with disabilities or PWDs. Inclus taps into the robotics program to equip potential hires with the foundations for building careers and to set them on the path to independent living.
Our focus is not so much on the hard skills for programming, but rather observing and training you in a very broad area called executive functioning. And these are areas such as stress management, time management, organizational skills. And they are very important because they help us understand what are some of the areas we need to help you focus on to get you ready for work. Because if you don't have all these, you're going to be struggling at work.
Inclus started in 2018 when its founders made it their mission to help disabled family and friends who were struggling to find work. They travelled for 6 months, mostly to India and the US, to look at employment models that they could adapt in Singapore. They got angel investments, forged partnerships, and received a government grant to train 7 people initially. Inclus partners with employers and matches them with potential candidates through direct employment or outsourcing. The firm focuses on helping PWDs develop executive functioning, life skills, and soft skills. Inclus works with organizations like YMCA in hospitality training and institutes of higher learning to teach PWDs hard skills and industry know-how.
We are seeing a lot more proactivity from employers to explore this untapped pool of talents. But the challenge will be, how do I properly assess? Everybody with a disability will be very unique. And for us, that challenge will really be, how do we balance between understanding that individual as much as possible while not overspending the resources of the employer or us in figuring out whether they will be a good fit for the organization.
Millennium Hotels and Resorts, which runs Orchard Hotel, is among over 20 hotels taking part in a train and place program that Inclus developed with YMCA. Inclus helps the hotel operator fill up roles that are suitable for PWDs and conducts staff training on how to create an inclusive workplace.
We have actually placed from Inclus 11 full-timers as well as 11 interns across 5 hotels in Singapore. So they are placed in departments like front office, F&B, engineering and housekeeping. Inclus makes the effort to actually get to know a little bit about the hotel, what the working environment is like before they actually recommend a candidate to us. And they even follow up even after placement.
David Ng, who has a physical disability, joined Orchard Hotel as a call centre agent in September last year. His job entails answering calls and queries from in-house and external guests. Apart from his supervisor's support, a life skills coach from Inclus also helps David integrate into his role.
For the initial month, I was with him in the call centre, guiding him as he performed multiple roles in taking calls. When David was more comfortable to work on his own, I faded off from the call centre and met him over meals or sometimes doing online support. When we engage a PWD, we need to be empathetic. Our ultimate goal is really to help the PWDs level up eventually and meet the expectations of the company.
Coaches in life skills monitor the progress of PWD hires for 6 to 12 months. They not only help PWDs communicate and manage their emotional and mental needs, but they also give employers feedback on the workplace culture and processes.
We are certainly looking to increase the number of PWDs that we have. The PWDs are in general very hardworking. They provide some stability to the workforce that we have in the hotel, especially for roles that are a bit more difficult to recruit or roles that have facing high turnover.
A mobile app that tracks the progress of PWD hires is a priority as Inclus eyes regional growth. It's also focusing on getting more students with special educational needs into internships.
I start you as early as possible to get you work ready. And even if at that point of time of graduation, you don't need my help, ideally is through the internship program, we will have equipped you with the skills that you need to find and sustain yourself in your own job.
As Inclus forges ahead, support from the Singapore Centre for Social Enterprise, or RAISE, has been invaluable.
We are creating awareness for the social enterprise sector and providing support to them in many ways, not just funding, building capacity, and of course networking opportunities.
Public awareness about social enterprises has steadily grown over the years.
The next level will be much more on acknowledgement. I think that's very key. Acknowledgement that products and services that the social enterprise actually put out there are equally on par as a traditional business, but more importantly, the impact that our social enterprises have declared and achieved will also be acknowledged by the public at large.
For its part, Inclus continues to make good on its social goals to help PWDs achieve independent living through employment and training.
We actively track and measure 3 indicators. Number of PWDs that we get into employment, their increase in income, and the tenure of their employment. For caregivers, when we help their child with disability into a job, they get respite in all sense. To my best knowledge of all the PWDs that we help into jobs, for caregivers that want to enter back into the workforce, at least 30% of them have re-entered the workforce.